Hi everybody! Over the last couple of years, I've been lucky enough to try out a few of Bastl's inventions, and every time I try something of theirs out, I'm left with the same lingering feeling. These people are insane. Case in point, this is the Bastl Kastl 2 Effects Wizard. It is a tiny multi-effects powerhouse offering 9 different effects engines, stereo audio processing at 44 kHz, 16-bit, and almost not per function UI, Eurorack style patching, and it's all contained in a portable, lightweight, battery-powered unit that can fit in your pocket, and it costs, get this, less than $200. If that's not crazy, I don't know what is. So today I thought that I might share with you some of my explorations with some of my synths and my groove boxes and see if it's magic or just sleight of hand. Okay, so to give you a general idea of how the effects wizard works, we're going to start off with the delay. Now, in most effects, the 3 white rabbits will be your guide. The manual actually says, follow the 3 white rabbits. Now, each effect, of course, will have different parameters, so these things will control different things, but these are your mains. These come into play when you start patching things up, a la Eurorack style. But you do have some shift functions here, which are very thankfully labeled, and you don't have to memorize anything. So let's start off with delay and see where it goes. Now, in amount, in delay mode, you start controlling the dry-wet mix. Time division of the delay, of course. So long delay, short delay. Feedback, self-explanatory. And then you get into the shift functions. Some interesting things here. Shift filter, and you have a low-pass filter and a high-pass filter, DJ style. You also get your audio input gain control here. So if I go shift and time mod input, I can give the audio coming in more gain. Now this will tell me if it's peaking in orange or red. Of course, ideally, you want to stick to orange. Now, if I let go of shift, it will tell me if I'm clipping in red. That's pretty useful, even if I'm not in the audio gain mode. I'm going to turn this down a bit. You also get a general volume. So that's like a master volume you got there. Now that's pretty standard stuff so far, but the fun starts when you start messing around with the patchable LFOs and triggers. So you get these little patch wires, I'm not sure I would call them cables, and you have these little boxes. And the boxes that have the white outline, those are outputs, and the rest are inputs. So now I'm going to grab my LFO, triangle LFO, and I'm going to feed it into the time mod. Okay, that's pretty weird. Nice. And I'm going to grab my square LFO and I'm going to put this into the feedback mod. And just for fun, I'm going to grab my square LFO again and I'm going to mod the LFO itself. This is Bastl, ladies and gentlemen. Now this next effect is definitely one of my favorites on the whole module, and that is the slicer effect. This thing is a slicer with rhythmical chops. There's an internal rhythm sequencer that'll trigger slicing decay envelopes, modulating the amplitude of the signal. If I have this, and I start turning up the amount, the amount knob is the decay. So clockwise, shorter decay, more percussive. Counterclockwise, longer decay. The time here is going to change the pattern. And let's not forget, I have LFOs. So if I put the triangle LFO into the mod, and definitely one of my favorite things to do on this is the stereo. And it'll just ping pong back and forth. That's really trippy. Simple but sweet. Now this next effect is called the pitcher, and if you're at all familiar with Chase Bliss pedals, this will come as a very nice surprise because it's very similar to what some of their stuff does. With the amount, I'm going to start shifting up. The time here is going to be controlling the size of the window. It could be seen as like the modulation speed or grain size. The amount here is basically the dry wet mix. And remember, LFOs, baby. LFOs are your friend. So continuing with our explorations, the next up is the freezer. So in freezer mode, it grabs a small bit of audio, records it, and then starts looping it back again. And around the first eighth of the amount knob, it's going to be in recording mode. So right now I'm recording what's coming in. And when I twist the knob, it'll go into playback mode. There we have a loop, right? And this time knob is going to decide how short or how fast that loop is. And also the amount is going to tell me what the volume of that is going to be. Jackpot! Okay, so next effect, the flanger. Okay, we're definitely going to use an LFO into the time mod, and we're going to do it free. And now I'm going to grab an envelope. I'm going to stick it into the LFO mod. I know this doesn't sound like anything, and I'm sorry if you wanted something more musical, but this is just so much fun. I love playing around with this stuff and just seeing what kind of weird things can come up. See, what I really love about Bastl is that you can grab the most run-of-the-mill, most bread and butter type of effect, like a flanger, and turn it into this. What's not to love? Well, I hope this gives you a general idea of just how much power is stored in this little black box. And remember, there's still a panning effect, a bit crusher, a tape looper, and a shifter left in here. And with all the patching capabilities and the external connectivity you have on this thing, it really is a tiny titan. I want to thank Bastl for sending this over, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful, or at least entertaining. Have a great week. See you next time.